The landscape is filled with canvas United Nations tents, each one holding several families, each one with their own story of survival and life on the run from the Islamic State.
Look at us. We look like our whole family has died, and whole families are under the control of ISIS. We don't have anything. We are just refugees who had to leave our houses.
Ellis Farida Silman spends his days with his brother, sister, and their families trying to avoid the unforgiving Iraqi sun, living on meals of rice, soup, and a little bread.
We don't have a choice. We had to come here. We have been forced to live anywhere we can.
There are 20,000 people squeezed into a facility near the city of Duhok, not far from the Turkish border. It's only supposed to hold about 15,000, but in a crisis, what's the option? All of these refugees are Yazidis, members of a religious minority who got trapped on Mount Sinjar by ISIS. Most have seen someone die. All have suffered beyond belief. Despite these horrible conditions, these refugees from Sinjar say they consider themselves among the lucky ones. They say there are still hundreds of families trapped back in their hometown, an area controlled by the Islamic State. They say they're able to phone periodically and find out each day the Islamic State is killing more and more of their friends and loved ones. The United Nations has elevated the humanitarian crisis to its highest level.
They're scared. They're traumatized. They're fleeing. They don't know what the solution is, and they're not all together in one group. So how do you assist them?
On top of that, the front lines are constantly shifting, meaning exhausted, victimized families could be moving for the second, third, or even fourth time. And that means creating new camps again and again.
When you prioritize getting out of a conflict zone, you don't pick up your mattress. Even if I gave it to you last week, you pick up your family.
The UN has been overburdened trying to help more than 1.5 million people on the run. Thousands of refugees have died, like 3-year-old Sofian, who fell walking down Mount Sinjar, causing a severe head injury.
It's hard. It's hard because we all know that everything that we're doing didn't save the life of that 3-year-old boy. And we know that there's so many more stories like that.
Many here fear the future.
The kids' situation is so bad. No water, no bathroom. What do you see? What do you see when you look at their faces? They stay in the sun all day with no water.
But they are alive, even if they don't know where they'll be in 3 or 6 months. But as electricity comes to the camp, chances are they could be here after being tortured and uprooted by an enemy bent on genocide. Sean Caleb's CCTV, near Duhok.